Welcome back to Superhero Time. I'm still wearing the same shirt. All right, that's better. So episode 2, we really kind of just jump into this here, which is really fun, really exciting, because it means that there's not a lot of potential filler that we're gonna get to. So this episode primarily focuses on our green Kiramager, Senna, who, as we know, is a runner. She runs a lot, she does things with running. But what's nice is that we could have just easily gotten a very stereotypical, I like to run, but I can't because now I have to go in and save the world, sort of, episode that Sentai likes to do. But instead, we actually get a slightly red focus episode 2 here, where he is now tasked as the leader to bringing and keeping this team together when they need to come together to fight and work together ultimately. He can't do that with her out there running. But really, in the beginning of this episode, I didn't know if I could take this seriously, but they call that big giant building that's in the middle of downtown Coconut Tower. What? Some other takeaways from the episode. I really liked how we had the intro. First of all, we've mostly just been having the intro play during, our fight numbers towards the end of the episode. So it was good to kind of see it here, and I really like a lot of the visuals, especially that kaleidoscope looking one. And it was a little jarring at first because you see 3 and then it cuts to another shot and then it shows the other 2 and it's really weird and abrupt. But I know we're gonna probably get like a 6th Ranger in here, and that's gonna be, 3 and 3. So it'll make sense. It'll work eventually. But yeah, we get to see a little bit more of our main villains. We get to hear of Emperor Yogurt, who is the main baddie of the show. But maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough the first time I watched, the episodes. But this one villain has nut cups just all over its body. And I haven't seen anybody say this online yet before, because I think most of the people that watch Super Sentai have never done sports or know a lot about sports. And basically what a nut cup is it protects your... I just thought that was really, it's a very specific shape. It's, okay. Also, like, the monster of the week is this rugby monster, and I've only played rugby once. I still didn't quite understand what was going on, so I feel like maybe that might just be like a thing that Japanese people, British people, whoever play rugby in the world, they would get and understand a lot more of this stuff, but this just seemed like a lot of chaos. And what's funny too is that this amusement park looks to be almost the exact same one that Aruto from Kamen Rider 01 worked at. So not a good year for this amusement park, and then COVID happened, and so it's the triple whammy really. But what I think this episode does really, really well is, so during the first fight, Senna isn't showing up. She didn't show up because she's, doing her relay race. She's, doing something to qualify for like another race or something. It's really vague. It's Sentai. There's not a lot that's talked about there. We really immediately get hit with the sense of, obviously, maybe to you and me, saving the city with monsters seems pretty important, but at the same time, if we had another friend who wanted to race or to do any of this other stuff, that could also be really important to them, and maybe even more important in the long run, especially if you have 4 other people. They could probably handle it, and they did. No one that I know of got hurt. So it's cool to see that we immediately kind of get those sort of lessons, which I really like about Super Sentai, and I know they kind of hit you over the head with it a little bit more, but it also brings it back home a little bit faster and easier too. And so Red has this idea that he can clone her and get this doll made from tears of the princess who is reading a Lupin Ranger manga. There's so much going on in this show. They have this doll that can, become a clone of a person, and I'm really glad that Blue grabbed onto it, because Blue is my favorite character so far. I thought I would like Yellow, the whole gamer aspect, and they kind of, poop on him every now and then, but I'm really liking Blue and his whole not caring nonchalantness. It's good, I love it. But basically they make a clone of Senna, and they have it to go to do the relay race. All 5 of them are gonna, come together and stop this rugby monster. And it's only when Senna, when transformed, is chasing after this monster that she can't keep up with it, that the real Senna shows up, and this is really nice how they did this. She took the morpher off and passed it like a baton to her, and then she put it on and transformed and caught up to the monster and defeated the monster all by herself. And there's a little bit, of team controversy of why the hell, how dare you, send the clone into this life or death battle. And you find out that it's actually Red who suggested that the race is more important to her. The race is where her heart should be. And if she, wasn't there and if whatever didn't work out, it would beat her up. And I may have jumped the gun a little bit. He's still a little bit annoying, but I really do respect and like the idea that this character can embody and understand a very understanding and compassionate sort of soul who can see and understand these things, even though he's just, a high schooler. He doesn't have any real life experiences outside of that. So, I'm turning around a little bit on him, and I really like to see that. It was a really nice touching moment. These episodes are so jam-packed. Like, we even got, I forgot I even mentioned, we have the 2 different gatais. We have the 2 that fly, the helicopter and the jet, pink and blue, they combine into one, and then the rest of the 3 turn into their own sort of gatai, which is really cool. I want to put them all together, but it's gonna take a couple episodes. But there's just so much jam-packed into this episode. There's so much, like a little bit of development, just a lot of good sprinkledness. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So much so that the episode just literally abruptly ends. Like, we don't see blue or pink at all during the monster fight. It's just those 3, and then it's just those 3 outside of their machines on a hill going, "We did it! Yeah!" And then the episode ends. But no, I'm so happy and excited to see where this is going to go. I think every episode so far just getting more and more into it, that it's gonna be real shocking when there's an episode that maybe I don't like or doesn't land, and you guys will get to be there and see that. But hopefully you guys are enjoying these. Let me know down below what you think. Let me know what you thought of this episode, and only this episode. Don't spoil anything that happens beyond this, even if episode 30 is out, and just don't do it. Come on. But it's fun. I'm playing a little bit of catch up here. I'm doing a couple of these at once, and it's fun just to kind of sit down and watch Toku again, and not be too critical of what I'm watching and just sort of enjoying it. Everybody that is supporting on Patreon are getting this entire catalog before they go up. So while I'm playing catch up, they're gonna have, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many of these before you guys even see them. So if you guys want to support the channel, if you want to see more stuff like this, if you like this content, feel free to take a look. $1 will set you up and you can get access to that entire catalog. But that's all that I have for this episode. I will catch you all on episode 3. Episode 0, it's gonna throw everything off, but it's a blue episode, so that's what I'm super excited for. It's the one where he's got the vice grip on his head. I've seen so many people post about it on Twitter, so I'm excited. Blue is my favorite. Let's do it. All right, till then, bye.